welcome. Welcome back, my beautiful YouTube family. Greetings for the first time. If this is your first time catching me live, joining us here, I'm going to try and not burn my table mat or burn my pants before we get started here. I use sage and I use Palo Santo both. I love the smell of both of them. I started with sage and I do love my sage. I started with that, but I will say it tends to throw sparks much more than the Palo Santo. Anyways, I did just record a message for Patreon, almost 40, it was 40 and some minutes, probably 41, 42 minutes. So we're just going to tap in. I still have all of the cards out. Get a collective message here, see what I can tell the beautiful YouTube community here on that. If you're hoping to receive a message here that makes sense for your own life, if you have a specific question, there's some guidance you're hoping to receive, you can subscribe to the channel, you can like the video, you could drop a comment below. All of these are ways to contribute your energy, your way of giving your energetic consent, if you will, which allows me to tap into your energy here, and so we can see what you need to know. I am available for personal readings, personal guidance as well. If you would like to work with me one-on-one, let me know, drop a comment, and I will reach out. I'll be in touch. And if something resonates for you, sings to you here, you enjoy, appreciate my energy, resonate with my energy, whatever, and you would like to see more of me, longer messages, further messages, I will put the link for the Patreon community in the pinned comments below, as well as in the description box. You can find that link all over on my videos. And when you join, know you get access to the most recent message and all of my previous content. And I've been sharing in there for years. So there's over 1,000, 1,100, 1,200 posts or whatever. The other day, last week, I said thousands of posts, and I meant to say hundreds or over 1,000. So anyways, I guess I'm clarifying that here. So let's just tap in. We've got some beautiful natural sunlight with us here, actually in my neck of the woods where I'm at. It's been cold the last several weeks, but this next week here, it's going to be like 30s, 40s, 50s for December. That is very unusual, but I'm looking forward to that. 10 of Pentacles, and I just saw 2, 3, 4 here. Ascension, elevation, forward movement, progress. This is legacy vibes, right? 10 of Pentacles is success, you know, happy life, happy family, happy wish fulfillment, but also success. Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you for being here. Success for all of us, right? Not just success for self, but the success for self that benefits all, because we understand we're all connected, right? And as long as the desires that you have, that you're hoping to accomplish, hoping to achieve, you know, that they're not harmful towards another, they don't inflict any harm, you can trust those desires and know that what fulfills you is part of your unique place and space. You're part of the puzzle, part of the pie here, if you will. Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. Thanks so much for the love. Thank you for being here, friend. We're just tapping into the collective energies and seeing what we can know. I want to get a further message on this 10 of Pentacles. If you are hoping to receive a message specific for your life that makes sense for you, some sort of guidance, you can subscribe to the channel, like the video, drop a comment. These are all ways to contribute your energy here. King of Swords, this leading authority, the sovereignty, right? Understanding who we are and that we get to decide and dictate our life experience and our choices. This is what allows for this legacy vibes for all, is we're stepping into our co-creator role, right? We're not waiting on anyone to come and save us here. And I see a bat here also, so rebirth. And crow, a black crow might be significant for you. And again, I said owls already. Owls is always like my Ace of Swords energy, my you see clearly now, trust the visions you are receiving card. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Thanks so much for the love, friend. And the Hermit here, yeah. This number 9 card here. We're finishing out this number 9 year here in numerology. We've been willing to take the time to, you know, determine what is worthwhile, what's valuable to us, what matters to us, not just, you know, the things we are told to prioritize, but what truly makes our heart sing here, right? This is like light exuding from, I was gonna say her heart, because they've taken the time to, you know, being alone doesn't always mean loneliness, right? It's this sacred isolation so we can determine what is ours to carry, what we want to carry forward here. Hope after healing, restoration, the star here. Taking the time to hermit, right? To self-isolate, to get aligned is what allows us to step out as the star here. And also, Knight of Pentacles here is long-term stability, thinking for the long term, delaying instant gratification for long-term success. Understanding our manifestation role here, our co-creator role, Page of Pentacles. Love this for us. Seven of Cups. You know, we've been the exploration journey. We went within, right, on this hermit journey. We understand that there are many paths we could take, right? That all roads lead to home, right? We're all headed towards the same destination, even if there are millions and millions of paths. Right? It's like that quote, there's a gazillion ways to get up the mountain, and no way is more right than another. There's just your way and my way. And it's like, it's not this or that. It's this and that. There's room for us all to succeed here. And this is this perception shift. Yeah, inspiration, joy, the authentic self. When we are shining authentically, living in alignment, that's how we do play our part. That's how, think of yourself again, like a puzzle piece, right? And when you are making choices that are misaligned, you're like that puzzle piece that seems to fit, but you know, you're still rough around the edges. That doesn't mean there isn't hope for you yet, but it means there's some alchemy, there's some refining in the fire that needs to be done yet in order to get back to integrity here. But again, remind yourself we're all on the same path, just at different, you know, landing spots and places along the path, but that doesn't make anyone better, right? There is no hierarchy. It's a circle. Hence the circle here. See that? Opportunity here. I've read the message on this card multiple times. This speaks on, you know, waiting for the aligned opportunities. Again, all paths lead to home. There are many paths, many choices. And so taking the time to get aligned here to determine what feels right for you. First, we want to get aligned before we create, right? Otherwise, we are creating from a misaligned space, and it's just something we'll have to clean up later. We only go as fast as we can stay aligned. No amount of action makes up for misalignment. This is this understanding, yeah, living from our heart center. No amount of things will fulfill us if we aren't fulfilled within, and this is that fulfillment within. 5-5 change and bold step forward, the initiation, you know, traveling lightly. We've taken the time to get back to integrity, to get aligned. We aren't rushing. We aren't forcing. You know, we understand there's divine timing, divine order to this, divine design to this. We can't get it wrong, and you can't rush divine timing. I just saw 818. Anything else here? It's time to celebrate. Maybe write a letter to your inner child. I'm a big advocate for journaling, reflecting. The things that come through on paper never cease to amaze me. It's like, I didn't know I was feeling that. I didn't know I was experiencing that. Or maybe I did know, like on a feeling level, right? But when we take all of our thoughts and get them on paper, it kind of solidifies them. It organizes them so we don't feel so scattered, right? And then we can look at the list, look at the letter, look at what came through, look at the journaling, look at the reflecting, and, you know, use what came through to make aligned choices. Go inward. There's a home waiting within. You are wanted. The door will open, right? Knock, and the door will open here. And review responsibilities. Yeah, not all responsibilities are yours to hold. That's where these boundaries come into place, right? Like, what am I carrying that is not mine, that I'm just doing out of obligation, out of habit, right? Out of need. Maybe at one point you needed to do this thing to survive, but we're understanding how things work now. So much transformation this last year, and so if what used to fit for you, feel right for you, what used to work for you no longer fits, no longer feels right, know you're right on track here. I want to get one message here from our moon deck, and then I'll leave us with an affirmation. Focus. Yeah, focus on what truly matters to you, because again, we know all roads lead to home, but that doesn't mean all paths and all roads will be right for you. Only you can determine and decide what is aligned for you, what matters to you, what success looks like for you, what abundance looks like for you, right? And the willingness to implement those boundaries and to say no when necessary allows us to save space, to save energy, to save focus for what truly matters here. Yes, I release negative thoughts about myself and my life. Continue to affirm that to yourself as often as necessary until they're not just words, until you feel a resonance, until you feel it landing in your body. And when we quiet the mind, when we take that time for reflection, contemplation, right? We get real familiar with our body cues and what they mean, what we're being asked to do next. But if we're so used to running from ourselves and avoiding ourselves, it takes some time and some work to get familiar with, first of all, what cues you are receiving and what they mean. So, and if we're caught up in the mind feeling anxious, we can't trust our intuition or trust the guidance we're receiving. So always alignment first and then the thing. If you're needing something, again, wanting a personal reading, wanting to work with me one-on-one, either routinely or for a one and done activation session, if you would like access to the Inside Out Living Guide I created, all about how to create your life based on what truly matters for you, to build a life that feels fulfilling and worthwhile, substantial for you, because truly that's all that matters. Drop a comment, reach out, and I will be in touch. Until next time, wishing you a beautiful weekend. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your healing. Know that it does matter.